Yeah, so yesterday, all of you have done till here. Like we have created the React project till now. Now we'll be seeing that how to start it from the scratch. So so first of all, this was our home page. So let's just delete it and see and just save it and see what I get in the screen. So it's an empty screen because we don't have any component to render. So, so to start, there is a short command like say RAFC. So yesterday we installed a extension that is ES7 plus. So it helps us in this way, like it creates a basic template of a component. So this component named app is made, and if we save, so this component is visible on the screen. So first of all, we'll be seeing that how we stylize using CSS, like using basic CSS in React. And I hope you guys have already used CSS in HTML and CSS, and HTML and JavaScript. So let's see how we do it here. So first of all, go to app dot. Uh, are you guys following with me? Because you need to follow like what I'm doing. Mhm. Yeah. So after we created a basic component in app.js, just go to app.css and delete all the CSS because we'll be starting it from the scratch itself and go to index.js. Oh, sorry, index.css and delete all the CSS from it also. So just save it
Uh,
and yes,
Hello. In
yes,
app.css and app.css, index.css, all the files should be removed, right?
yes. Like, what are you saying?
In app.js, also remove all that.
Yeah, in app.js, what I did was I removed everything because I want to teach you from the scratch itself. So after that,
Okay.
I wrote RAFCE. So yesterday we installed the extension. So
Hmm.
that creates a like a basic template of a component. So it is a basic template of a component.
Okay.
You can see the component name is app, and we have to import React from the React module, and it returns a simple div. Yeah, and this
Just wait. I'm following this code.
okay.
RAFC, right?
Yeah, you can see that the hint that is coming, and it automatically creates this component. Like, are you getting it?
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
yes, I'm getting it.
okay, okay.
I'm just doing just.
Yeah. Sometime if you have a problem while following with me, you can just create like you must know
Hmm.
already that you can create two screens and see what's going on.
Yes, yes.
Now, should I continue?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So right now, if we change anything like hello, it's visible on this hello. Now, what we do is like if we want to uh, write the CSS, like we want to stylize this. So what we do is, so let's say it's a div. So to apply the CSS property, we write C class name, like, and it's case sensitive, like CLASS and N should be big. We have to write as it is. And let's say we create a like a heading. We name the CSS property as heading, and we go to app.css, and like we used to do it earlier in HTML, we'll do it same here, like heading. Uh, then we can change the text color to let's say blue. It's not working because we have not imported the CSS file in my app.js. So like our component doesn't know that what is this heading actually. So we have to import this file also. So import, since the app.css is in the same level of the app.js, we do and app.css. Yeah. So now we can see that the color is changed. Yeah. So we can add other properties like any, let's say the background we can black. Okay. So that's, I just gave an overview like how you can use CSS with a like a basic CSS, like by creating a separate file of CSS and then importing it. But we'll be moving forward to Tailwind CSS. So, so are you guys like, do anyone have any doubt till now? Because I'll be moving to Tailwind CSS.
So what is the like
Yes.
command to start the program?
You can write npm start,
Okay.
npm start. Mhm. May take like 1 minute to open because it's slow.
Uh,
So are you clear till now, right? Like how to use the
yes,
basic
yes.
CSS and now we'll go move forward to Tailwind CSS. So just open a browser and write like Tailwind for React because we are using React. So install Tailwind CSS with create React app. So we'll go down. So the first step is create your project. So we have already created our project, so we can skip this step. And after that, we can install Tailwind CSS. So what we need to do is this will like we need to copy this command and go to our terminal and stop this application by Control C. Like say yes, stop this. Now I can install like paste this command and press enter. Now this will install the Tailwind CSS and it will generate a file called tailwindconfig.js. Right now it's not present here, but it will create it once it installs it. Yeah. So now we can see that there is a file called tailwindconfig.js. Now we will go to that and now we'll go to the third step, that is configure your template path. Now we can see that in our file the content array is empty, but here there is something like where the text was. So we just need to copy this text and inside this array just paste it and then save it. So have you done three steps till now? Like nothing complicated right now.
can I please Like repeat the last one.
Okay. So are you at the website? You can see there's a step 3.
Uh,
So you need to uh, copy this part and go to the
Copy
tailwind.
content. Uh,
Yeah, go to tailwind.config.js. Then add this part here inside the content arrow. Okay.
okay. Fine.
So after that, I guess it's the last step. So add the tailwind directives to your CSS. So what we'll do is we'll simply copy this part also and go to index.css. We go to index.css and just copy it here and then again like save this folder. So is there a noise coming from my side or there is a background noise? I don't know.
So what you just did, like last what? Index.css.
Yeah, it's
So
the
can you
fourth step
can you please repeat the whole step, like first from the first step?
like you have you done this part?
Yeah,
Uh,
this part is actually both the code I have to copy in once, right?
yeah, like there's a copy button,
Mm. Mm.
so you can.
Actually, I am not getting the link actually. This one, this web page.
Okay, I can share it in the Zoom. So
Share once.
I have shared it in the Zoom, and if you
Mm-hmm.
want, you can present your screen. I can see if you're facing any problem.
No, okay, I'm just copying it. No, sure.
So you have to paste it in the terminal and run the command. First, you have to stop the application that was running
Uh,
earlier, and
mm,
using Control C, you can stop the application. And after that, you
mm.
have to paste this command in this like, and then
Yes,
click
yes, I
on
got
run.
it. So,
Okay.
sir, can you please send me the browser? Please, sorry, I mean the yes, yes, this one. Please
Okay.
send me. Yes, yes, thank you. Got it. Okay, thanks.
So have you
Any
done
content?
this?
Yes, yes, I have done. Yes.
Okay. So there
Okay.
must be. So in your Zoom call.
The third step is done. The
Okay.
module exports content is done. Okay, I've copied.
Okay. So you have copied the content as well in our
Yes, yes,
tailwind
I
code.
pasted
Okay.
it.
So
Yes.
after that, the fourth step, that is the last step, you need to copy this part and paste it in index.css.
Index.css.
Yeah, it is present and
Mm.
just save everything.
Yes, done.
Mhm. Now we can like run the project again, like npm start or npm start. Now it's running. While it's running, I'll explain you like what it's actually Tailwind CSS. So in Tailwind CSS, we don't need to like create any separate file for writing the classes, right? So what we have done is like in the class name, the font bold will like the bold the font and underline will just underline the text and text 3XL will scale up the text. So we can see that the like if I go to the documentations, let's say I start with something simple. The app is loading again. Yeah, if I go to background color in the
Hmm.
documentation, once yeah. So we can see that this is the vanilla CSS, like which we type in our CSS files. So this is that CSS, and this is the tailwind part of CSS. So what we can do, the same work will do this if we write this in the class name. I can show it in the once the app is open. I will show. Yeah, it's open. Now let's just comment this out like app.css, and I'll show you that how we can do this and this in Tailwind. Now if we go to here, we can also remove the heading also because we are no longer using the CSS over here. So here we can see that the color was blue. So we can write that text color like blue. Instead of blue, we can write blue and the shade we can give 500, let's say. So you can see that the shade come here and so if I show you in depth, so now we can see that text blue if I type. So there are a lot of options that I am getting like text 100. And if I like increase the number, it will go to the darker shade of the blue. So let's suppose I decide text blue 600. And if I save the project, so we can see that the text is blue now. And so let's suppose we are changing the background color now. Let's suppose the background color is black. Now we can write giving a space and BG for background and black. You see that like how it's working. It's so simpler now. Like we don't need to create a first class name and then go to the app.css and then type it here. We don't need to change the files name. We just can do it in a single line. So is it running for you?
Yes, yes, sir, running.
Okay. So, you guys aware about like most of the CSS features like flexbox or like margins, padding? Because we won't be going in depth of that. But if I
Hmm.
some if you are stuck sometimes like if you want to see how to write padding in CSS, so you can go to the documentations and quick search. Let's say padding and just enter. Now we can see that this is how these are the padding properties. Now in the normal CSS, we used to write padding is equal to 0 pixel, and in Tailwind we can write p dash 0. P so p is for 0. So px is the padding for the x-axis, py is for the y-axis, and similarly we can go through it. Pt is from the padding on the top, p right is padding from the right, pb is for the bottom, and p left is like pl is left. So let's say if I go to padding is equal to 5, we can see that uh, when I hover on it, you can see that it will create a padding of 20 pixels around all the directions. Now if we save, Now we can see that it has already created a padding. Uh, if we want to create padding of x is 5 and padding for the padding for the y direction, let's say 2, so it will decrease the padding. So that is the like main concept of table CSS. So as you will use and work on it, you will get used to it, and the properties will on your like fingertips. You don't even you don't even need to go to the documentation again and again, because at one point you will learn it by itself. So do anyone have any doubts till here?
No, sir.
Now what we are going to do is like we are let's go to the first concept, that is state. So in React.js, like state is like a when we keep a track of a component if it can change or not. So state is used to keep the track. So in React.js, what happens is if the component's state is changed, so we have to re-render that component so that that changes should reflect in our uh, browser. So state is like a way to keep the track of things, you can say. So I can explain it with an example. I, so I will quickly create a basic UI. Hmm, let's suppose, okay, let's make a counter application. So also one small concept that in React you have to wrap our component in a like for example, if I go to like if I let's say div like hello, yeah, it's working fine. But if I again copy paste this and write the div again, now we can see that there is an error. So what this error says, if I zoom out, so this error says that a JSON JSX elements must be wrapped in an enclosing tag. So there must be a parent tag. If so, we can see that one like these tags doesn't have any parent. Like these JSX element don't have any parent. So what we can do is we can either wrap it around a div. We can wrap it around a div like here, and it will solve the error in hello hello 2 times. Or we can even create an empty tag, right? Like this. We don't even need to write anything. So this is an empty tag. This is how we and it comes automatically. So this also solves the problem. So that's a small concept. But if you have only one, then you can use. Let's say if I create a small counter app, mm, H1, say 0, and if not if button, mm, let's name it plus 1. So we have created a like a basic. So what I want to do is when I click on this button, I want this to change. Like it should be 1, 2, it should be increment by 1. And when I click on -1, it should decrement by 1. So let's say So what's the way like that comes first in the mind is that let's create a variable called count is equal to 0, right? So in React, what we have to do is if there is an element which is a variable, so to use it, like for example, I want to use the count, which is a variable in here. So I just can't write count here because React will say, oh, this is just the text, right? So we have to wrap it around a curly braces to tell it that so it's a variable, so treat it like a variable. We can see that 0 is coming. Okay, so let's first of all create a basic UI tailwind. A class name is give it a padding of x and y is equal to 2 and the border as well. Border is black. So right now I've given the padding and the border of pixel 1 pixel and the border is color is black. Now we can see that it's coming. I will copy the same styling for the other button as well. Okay. Now I will create like a flex property. Flex column in the items is center. Like I hope you are aware of like flex. So this is the tailwind version of it. When we write flex, so this means that's display flex. And when we write flex column, so it means the flex direction is column. And item center is like align item is equal to center. It's the same like we used to do in normal CSS. Now I can even increase the size of this like text to Excel. To Excel is increase the size. Let's keep it 4 and make the color text yellow. Let's see the shade. Now what I want to do is when I click on it, like I want it to be 1. When I click on again, then it should be 2 and so on. So what's the basic approach that comes to your mind who is new to React? So what he will do is he'll create a function, let's say a function, JavaScript function, let's say add, and so what he will do is count is equal to count plus 1. And similarly, same function for subtract that is equal to count is equal to count minus 1. So what we can do here is, so in every JSX element, like in every element, there is a property called on click, on click. So which will perform some actions or some logical part when the button is clicked, right? So when the button is clicked, so both will have. So what I want to do is I want to uh, when I click on this button, then the add function should run. And when I click on minus button, the subtract function should run. So are you clear till now? Like it's a basic JavaScript that I've uh, written here. But there is a problem here. So in React, what happens is, so let me show you. If I, let's say if I go to +1, it's not doing anything. And if I go to -1 and +1, it's not just working. So the first thing we can see that we have used the brackets here, right? The brackets here. So what happens is when the component is rendered, so the function, this function runs automatically because we have called it. So when the on-click function is added to it, the add function is also run automatically. Like I can show you if I go to inspect console log. So I click on count. So I will just print to show you that what I am trying to say. So if I refresh it, let's yeah. So we can see that uh, our count value is 0, but the print that is coming is 1. This is because when the component was rendered, this was called automatically. Even though we haven't even clicked this button, but this was called automatically because it is used with the brackets. So to solve this problem, what we have to do is we have to remove these brackets from both of them. So what it will do is it will only run when we click on the button. Now let's just refresh and write the count here. Now we can see what happens now. We can see though although this was like this is not changing, there is a reason behind it, but our count is changing like 1, 2, 3. If I click on -1, it will 2, 1, 0, -1. So, uh, but our the this state is not changing. So there's why the concept of use state comes. So, are you clear till now?
So just give me a moment here. I'm just getting a computer. Okay, just
Uh,
just show me the code once. Yes. Okay.
so in this code, someone is on.
Uh, sorry.
Yeah. So in this code, what I like, I use the basic approach that comes to a person's mind who is new to React. Right? He must think that we can create a function and it will automatically then it will automatically update here and it will change the states here. What is this?
I'm just saying that just here. Uh, just let me run the code once.
Okay.
Okay. Just give me 2 minutes. So code.
So I've created two functions. One is to +1 and one is to -1. Some basic styling and call the function in the on click. So have you understood why I removed the brackets from here? Like earlier there were brackets added. Like so I have to remove it. So you got that point because that is important.
No,
Oh,
and the bracket part, right?
yeah, when we when we write with bracket, it automatically calls itself. But we only want the function to be called when the when we click on it. So that's why we have to remove the bracket.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Got it.
Okay.
Uh, so can you please show me the output once?
Yeah. Okay. So I go refresh this page, inspect in console. You can see on you'll get plus like 1, 2, 3, and 2, 1, 0, -1, and again 0.
So actually, I'm not getting the output as well. You're showing. Can I share my screen
Yeah.
once?
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
Uh, so I'm
Are
not
you
able
able
to
to
share.
share?
No, no, no. There is no option to share actually.
Like, is it saying that host has like
No,
not
actually,
allowed?
there is no option to share actually.
There is a new share option right here. Hmm.
But,
There must be an option.
yes, usually it does, but here only participant, chat, reaction, and mode
So
option
you
is shown.
can.
I don't know, but not really.
So you're not able to show. I think I need to stop share for that. So
Ah,
now, yeah, yeah. Now you can try.
So there is no option to share my screen actually. It is usually there, but here it is not showing here. I don't know why. Maybe that is disabled from the host. Can you please check once?
Okay, then. Okay, okay. Now it's coming. Now parties.
All it is. Okay.
Vikrant is saying all tests.
I'm asking. I'm checking that. No, no, there is no option to share. Uh,
Multiple. Okay, now you can check if you can share that.
Wait, I'm refreshing the page. Wait. Yes, sir. No, no, I'm not able to share my screen actually. Here it is not showing any option to do that.
Okay. I don't know why is that because I already uh, advanced one participant. Like I've said to all participants, like everyone can share. So we can see it afterwards.
Yes, yes. Okay,
Yes, you can like I'll
fine.
send you a link.
Hmm.
You can show it.
Mm-hmm. Previously, actually, I was like sharing, able to sharing my screen, but right now there is no option. I don't know why.
Mhm.
Mm.
So so what I'm talking about is now in websites we have to change the state of the like JSX element as well. So there comes the concept of hooks. So hooks are the special functions in React that let you use the React features in the components. So there are many type of hooks like useState, useEffect, and many more. But today will be studying about useState. So hook is like it helps a component to have some the function which React provides in a simpler statement, if I say. So so in React you cannot change the state of any component like like so easily, not so easily like directly. So what we have to do is there is a it's called import useState. So it is already imported from the and after that if I call useState with a let's say any value called let's say 0, and if I console log it as well so that we can see what it actually is. So right now I'm not doing any project, like I'm just explaining the concept what is actually. So if I comment out this, so currently what I've done is I have imported the use state from React. And after that I have called the use state with a value called 0, and I have printed that statement. Now let's see what I have got in my output. Now we can see that there are two values, like there is an array. There are two values that I got. One is 0 and one is f. What is this f? This f is a function. So, and what is this 0? This 0 is it's called initial value. So right now, okay, 0 is the initial value and f is the function to change this value. So if I write 5 here, if I again click on save, now we can see that I'll getting 5 and f. So my initial value is 5 and f is the function which can change this value to other like 6, 7 or anything. So how we do is, so first of all, remove this console log, and what we do is we create two variables, let's say count and set count. And right now we'll just comment this out. And if I write 0 here, so what this statement says is, so there are two variables called count and like there is a one variable count and set count is a function. So what is this is count is 0 here and set count is a function, and it is a initial value of the variable, and set count is the function. Now if we write set count 6, now what will happen? The value of count will set to 5. So that's how, so it's simple. If we want to change the value, we just need to enter the value inside the set count function and the value of count will change. So I'll be proceeding forward. So mm, are you all clear?
Just wait, just wait. Can you please explain the use state once?
So I already told that first of all, I imported the use state. Okay. And after that, what I did was I console log. Like you got this point that I explained earlier. Like what is this? Or do I need to explain?
Can you please explain, sir?
So so console log is just to print the. So main is what
Hmm.
I have done is use state uh
Hmm.
5. So what is this 5? Let's see. If I click on save, so what is this? Count is not defined. Okay. Um, So when we run the function like the use state, we get the two values that is 5 and f. So 5 is uh, the initial value of a variable, and f is the function that is used to change the value of that variable. You got this? Like if I write
Yes.
here 10,
Hmm.
so the value of the variable is 10, and if we
Hmm.
want to change the variable, we need to uh, pass it in the function. Now I'll explaining how. So if I remove this out, that's how we did. We just, let's say we wrote use state 0. It created a variable with the initial value 0. And then we create a variable called, let's say, count and set count.
Hmm. It's going to use state
So
0.
yeah, so here count is 0. Okay, because that's a variable, and set count is a function which helps us to change the variable. So that's how we can use it. Like set count, and in brackets, we have to write the number that we want to change to. Now this will change the variable count to 5. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And we can name this like anything we want, but it's better to follow convention so that each and every developer can like know what this variable is doing. So what we do is we usually write like the any variable of the name, like any name, and after that we write set so that we can identify that this is a function, so we don't confuse ourselves. So it's a better convention. So it's a better habit to write it like this only. So till now you are clear, I guess, right? So count is
Yes,
a
yes.
variable and set count is a function that can change the variable. Now what we can do is now we can see that count, like how we can write this using set count. We can write set count and count plus one, right?
Yes.
This because this will change the value to from 0 to 1 because the initial value is 0. So we can remove this. It's not no use this as well. Similarly, we can write count here using set count minus 1. So, so it's the same way of writing this, but this will actually like set count will change the state of this uh, h1. That's why we are doing this because we want when the state is changed. So this component re-renders with the new value. So that's why we are using set count here. So if I remove this, we can just see what is doing. So we have created a two variables, right? Like one is set count, and there is a function called set count. When we click on add, the count gets added by one, and it changes the state of it. And by when we click on subtract, it goes to like count minus one. And right now, if we save and run the program, we can see that it's saying that 1, 2, 3, and minus 1. So that was, you can say, a basic of uh, use state. I tried to explain it as much I can because it's a starting phase, so it's an important topic. So is it working for you? Vikrant, Vikrant, are you up to date with this? Like, are you able to get this?
Uh, my code is actually not running. It is throwing some error. Don't know
What kind of error?
why. It is showing uncut in-time errors render with hooks. Something.
Okay, are you still able to, like, are you able to share the screen or there's still some problem?
No, so I don't know, but there is no option to share here. I am sending
Okay,
what should I do?
okay, no problem.
You can check.
I can continue after this. Like, only 2 minutes are left. Like Java class is about to start. Maybe you're using the same. So that's why. So Vikrant is able to run the program. So you are facing any issue? Like, I am sending you the link. So that was it for today. We created a basic counter application using useState. So thank you guys. Vikrant,
Thank
I'm
you.
sending you the link in 2 minutes. Okay. Okay.